guys, and welcome back to the last installment in my North Korean series here at Grace Goes Global. So in our final days, we were able to focus a little bit more on the culture and the actual North Korean people and their daily lives.
We began our day with viewing the Kim Il-sung Square, which is a very famous location where the country puts on all of its military parades. Then we entered the Grand People's Study House, which is essentially a huge library where locals can study and listen to lectures. Although I know that the idea of watching students studying sounds really boring, I actually kind of appreciated it because I'm an ESL teacher and I got to watch them taking an English class.
Knowing this music?
Nope.
Know this music?
Still no. So after rocking out to some Korean music, we headed out onto the balcony to get a bird's eye view of Kim Il-sung Square.
So one common misconception about North Korea is that the people are just miserable and they hate their lives and they just want to die. And although I know that is true for some people in the country, for a large number of probably most of the population, they are just normal people and they're living normal lives. And they might have a bit of a twisted worldview and their circumstances might not be to the standard that you think they should be at, but for them they are just, they're pretty content, I believe. And they actually really, really value the arts in the DPRK. And in every single big city, they have these huge, civic public buildings that the kids go to after school every day, and they learned singing and dancing and musical instruments, and then every week or every month they put on a performance. And so we were actually lucky enough to go and watch one of these performances, and I was super impressed, and it turned out to be one of my favorite things. So I took a bunch of clips, and just be prepared to be impressed, and yeah, just watch. This is not a mirror.
So after that, we went and we got dinner, which consisted of more kimchi and more eggs, and I got traditional cold noodle, which they actually heated up for me because it was so cold outside. We then viewed the Grand Theater, which, me being a theater major, was super exciting. Next was a stop at the Mineral Water Factory. This is the 3-part purification system. We then headed west out of Pyongyang to a cooperative farm.
So on the right of this, on the left of the statue, you see the woman with the rice. She's like the manager of this, like the cooperative farm.
구두의 모자를 쓴 농민은 작업반장을 형상하였습니다.
And just behind her, the man with the cap, he's the one of the leader of work team.
한 손에는 농민볼을 들고 삽을 쥔 농민은 논일 갈공 아바이를 형상하였습니다.
And on the left, you see this man with the spade and the hat. So he's the one that in charge of like irrigation system.
우리 총살리의 세 세대는 트라크로 기구와 청년과 과수원 초연을 형상하였습니다.
And on the right is new family. The husband is a driver of the tractor, and the wife is working for the orchard farm.
We ran into a couple getting their engagement photos. Cabbage, kimchi, that's the main crop that's grown in North Korea.
Okay, so this next bit it's basically what Westerners think that North Korea is like.
So this is the village kindergarten, and what's inside is a little bit interesting. So we start with this almost Jesus-like with the little children painting, and then it takes a turn.
Now you can't really tell what's going on here, so I just kind of have to explain it to you. But these images on the wall are actual photographs. They are old and they're faded and they're black and white, but they are real photographs. This area wasn't actually aimed at the United States, it was actually towards Japan. But these photos were real photos of actual severed, decapitated heads, and there was an image of someone being tied to a tree that was going to be set on fire, and there were victims of acid bombs, and these just gruesome, gory photos are what these children are walking by, 4 and 5-year-olds every day. Like we adults, we're getting sick to our stomach looking at these images. So just imagine these young children, and I mean, like I don't think that these kind of images are in all the schools now in the DPRK. I think from what we were told, yes, I know it's a little bit twisted, but what we were told is that, you know, North Korea is slowly but surely maybe going away from those kind of tactics, but it was still prevalent in this school in the countryside. So I'm sure it is still around the country. Maybe we weren't shown everything. But it was very shocking. And then not to mention, outside in the playground, the children's playground equipment were tanks and they were missiles, and that's what they are crawling all over. So yeah, that is very, very dark, but we're gonna move on from that darkness and look at a video of the beautiful children that sang for us, that went to the school. They sang us a song, and it was very sweet, and it lightened our hearts after that kind of brutal hallway that we were just in.
So we grabbed some lunch, and then we headed to the West Sea Barrage. The barrage is an area of national pride for the DPRK. It separates the Taedong River from the West Sea of Korea.
two activities were just pure fun. First we went shooting. Yeah, shooting in the DPRK. Yeah, I can forever say that I have gone shooting in North Korea. And okay, I'm American, I'm from the South, I know how to handle a gun, so I basically demolished everybody's scores, just saying. Except for our guide. He is ex-military, so he's a boss, and he won.
We grabbed a cappuccino in a cute little coffee shop and then hit the lanes.
Now this next clip is probably the most mysterious and unexplainable thing that happened during our entire time in North Korea. Like, this is where conspiracy theories are born.